Morning, Hatter. How you doing? Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? So I'm going to enter first, just so I don't miss this, and I'm going to try not to draft yet. I'm in. Cancel. I'm in the draft. Great. So it's double elimination. Okay, so I can go 3 or 4 on this. All right, we're going to do one practice draft. Aw, thanks, Herrix. How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. All right, we're gonna do a practice draft because I want to see if forcing vampires is feasible. I want to see what the worst case scenario. Thanks, Herrix. You're so sweet. Really appreciate you, buddy. How's WoW been? I've noticed a lot more people I know streaming WoW. Oh, all right. So this is. Hang on, I'm a little confused. All right, just making sure I'm in the right format. So this is the same queue as the open players. I really want to know what Quebec is doing. How Quebec is doing. Yeah, that's right. How you doing, cutie? It's been a bit. Sorry, I have not been I have not been able to do those lately because I've been working this is my first yesterday was my first Saturday off in 3 months. I see. I was just curious because a lot of people have been streaming it. I don't give a damn. I don't care. So this is not the draft yet. This is a practice draft. So it's gonna look a little wonky. Because what I want to try is what I'm having trouble figuring out about this format is the worst case. So I know the worst case scenario for green white humans. I know the worst case scenario for werewolves, and I know the worst case scenario for spells. Like blue red spells doesn't work if you don't have a payoff at the end. So I'm not going to do something like try and chance my way into a place that I've taken inventory. What I'm going to do is draft vampires. I'm going to draft black-red vampires for traditional draft because I need to know what that looks like if I'm competing with someone else for it. That is the purpose of this practice draft. And it might be a disaster, but I'd rather it be a disaster here for 1,500 gems than in the Arena Open. Wow, it hurts me to pass this Grim Flayer, though. Okay, there is another deck I've been wanting to try, which I might take this opportunity to do, which is Turbo Delirium. And this is the rare for Turbo Delirium, and there's nothing good for vampires in there. Here we go. So, Deadweight or Crawling Sensation. Yeah. So this is the other deck. I didn't get to finish my introduction. But the idea behind this deck, there was exactly one list in my 100 trophies that had that deck, and it was they had 6 Gnarl Root Dryads. 6 of the ones that had what? I did not get they never announced them a reap. Rigged. That's right. This Magnemite says it's rigged, I agree. Rise from the Grave goes into this deck. So does Bard Malevolence, Certain Death, maybe Soul Separator. Two. Hmm. The problem with Rise from the Grave in this format is there's not great things to bring back. But if you have the rares to bring back, it's solid. I think I just want Neglected Heirloom. It's a 1 mana artifact and it's just solid overall. Because if you manage to flip it, it's great. And I'm limited on the artifacts I can play because I want to try and max these out. Like, it's a mix between Delirium and the other card I would first pick is Spider Spawning. So I know the rares and uncommons that lead me down a specific path. Call of the Bloodline is great. I think I want more than that. No, I take the Dryad. Looks like I might end up like this is a fourth pick called the Bloodline. So this is one of the cards that pulls you right into vampires. So I might end up vampires anyway, even though I wasn't trying to force it. I see. That's good to know. Thank you, though. That's really valuable information. Coffee. That's the other reason that I'm doing this practice draft is I have to be caffeinated. This isn't so much a hype album as a morning album. Ooh, Scavengers or Macabre Waltz or just the Alchemist greeting. Might be time to just pivot into vampires and force it because we have the Call of the Bloodline and Alchemist greeting is a strong card overall. But Midnight Scavengers is good. I think I'm going to take the Scavengers because that goes into either deck, and I have not committed yet. Confront the Unknown, Ghoul Caller's Accomplice. Neither of these are that strong. The land is relevant. Confront the Unknown is nice as a 1-mana instant. But our actual removal is a little bit limited. I'm going to take the Ghoul Caller's Accomplice instead. Like, we're limited on what instants we can run. I'm really sorry, Quebec. Alright, there's 0 black cards in this pack suddenly. So, if we pivot red, we can take the Mad Prophet. Or we can take the Game Trail just to spec on it still playing this Grimflayer. So, we have our black cards. Let's not commit yet. This is just a practice draft, Quebec. Alright, now red and green are both dry. Black is dry. We have white cards. So we're going to go back to my original plan of seeing if I can force Madness. Like, I want to know what the worst case scenario Madness deck looks like. So let's try and get that together. I mean, 2-2 and day 2 is not terrible, Quebec. It sucks. It means you had some bad luck. Doesn't mean you're bad. Morning, Tax Stew. How you doing? Emperor Wolf is fine. Make Mischief is fine. Although I do like Make Mischief a lot more in the Madness deck. I'm not going to be playing this deck at all. I'm literally just... this is just draft practice. Aw, Quebec, I'm sorry. Satisfied. Alright, now we have black cards again? Sure. This is the worst Madness. This is the second worst Madness card. It's not great, but it still does its job. Certain Death is solid. Crow of Dark Tidings is good with these two, but we haven't seen green cards in a while. And True Faith Sensor is solid overall. We'll take the Certain Death. I like one copy of it, and I'm happy to curve out into it. And I have an equipment already. Alright. I know. I like Magnifying Glass in the control decks, but not in this one. So what we're seeing here is that white is open. But I'm just avoiding it. And, like, that's not necessarily... Like, this is a pack where I'll get a good white card back. Because there are 1, 2, 3 first pickable white cards and 3 white cards that perform well all around. Let's try the Murderer's Axe. I haven't gotten to play with that yet. It's a good discard outlet. Now all I need is some Madness cards. Thank you, Quebec. How you doing? Did you get any sleep? Alright, I can see the shape of this. Bloodseeker versus Kindly Stranger. That's tough because Kindly Stranger is absurdly powerful. But I need the discard outlets. But Kindly Stranger is just a little too good. Especially when I have a Midnight Scavenger to pick it up. Like, this is the card you want to be getting back. I kind of like the way this shaped out. So like this Grim Flare and this Crawling Sensation mean I can still end up green if I get another reason to be green. But right now I got to go with the removal, which is just certain death. I don't have real removal yet. So I'm looking for Fiery Tempers. Well, looks like I might end up green after all. I need like Dryads. Make green work. I'm glad this isn't my open deck because it's a little bit of a disaster, but we're learning. Another Accomplice or a Weirded Vampire. Let's just take the Weirded Vampire. Go Madness. Leon's lead is fine. No good removal in this pack. Let's take the Accomplice. I didn't realize this was Luna's emote, Mahatter. I do like it. I don't mind the ability to side into green when I need to be grindier. Also, I think the Delirium deck overall is very strong, but you have to be really careful because if your opponent is, for instance, a deck that managed to grab a Startled Awake out of the board, this is a really late ongoing investigation. Let's just take the Graph Harvest. The Graph Harvest is counter to the Spider Spawning. You can't run them both. But with this deck, I'd splash the Spider Spawning. Red is totally dry, and blue and white are open. Blue-green Clues is open. Yeah. I think I need to be more open to the idea of switching aggressively. I don't have zombies for this. I feel like there are just not enough zombies in this set. They don't interact well because like the Digraph Colossus is solid, but if it doesn't work at all with like Ghoul Caller's Accomplice. This is non-synergistic. Could just take the Zombie Dog. Although I could take the Digraph Colossus to try and table the Zombie Dog. There's just nothing else strong enough in this pack. I know, Duo. This one. There we go. All right, so this would be why I'm trying to force vampires. To get a pick 8 Stromkirk Condemned. So, enough pieces have been missing that I got the Stromkirk Condemned. And I have my discard outlets. I've got 2 strong ones, 2 weak ones. Here's 4 of those white cards coming back around. We'll take the Gavinion Hallowed just because I got the Digraph Colossus. Macabre Waltz, Ravenous Bloodseeker, Insolent Neonate, Biting Rain, all solid. We're going to take the Bloodseeker. Because green is dry. We need removal badly. I need to pick it over just about everything, but I might be able to make it work with this Magmatic Chasm as a win con. Ghoul Caller's Accomplice. Maybe it is just Grotesque Mutation. Because I want more of my 2 drops to be Vampire. We'll curve out into a certain death plan. True Vasins are just strong. So is Borrowed Grace. Probably just Incendiary Flow. What else have we got? Nebelgas Herald, Faith Unbroken. So if I had gone white, I would have been in really good shape. Alright. Bad Madness Creatures better than no Madness Creatures. But look how green and blue this pack was. First time I right picked a white card as they picked the only white card out of the pack. Yeah, we're not playing green. I first picked Grimflayer and Crawling Sensation. This is just a practice draft. Like, these are my first 2 picks. These 2 here. Deadweight. Right? Anything else? Nope. Oh, but Geese's Bidding is just as strong. Geese's Bidding is better than Deadweight, but I need the removal right now. That's just the direction this draft is taken. I think I can force something, at least at this level, because there's mostly open players. I think if I force something hard enough, I will get the pack 3 cards. But it's not going to be great. I'd rather find the open lane. This is just this is very valuable information to me. Second Grab Harvest doesn't do anything. Shrill Howler is almost worth a splash. So, like, I'm not going to play this Ember Eye Wolf. I'm not going to play the Necropede. But I'll splash a Shrill Howler. before even a Grim Flare. Drill out is a win con in itself, and I want to be able to side it in. I'll probably first pick, if I get the opportunity, I will first pick a Spider Spawning. He says bidding or dead weight. I've got what? Certain death times 2. Dead weight, incendiary flow. I can take the bidding. Yeah. A really good pack we just saw. Dang it. All right. I'll try and weigh flexibility. Nothing wrong with Gen Vampires. These are relevant sideboard cards. So is Morn Willow. But Dragoon is a gift. 3. Grab Harvest is probably a sideboard card. Get these green cards out of here. I want to be able to side them in. Now, one certain death. That's a gift. So this is also pretty good. Card's just great. Alright, how many zombies do I have for this Diagraph Colossus? This is an Alms of the Vein deck. How aggressive am I? It's not really an Alms deck or a zombie deck. I'll side in an Alms against... So, Alms is only really good in the aggro mirror. Village Messenger is solid, though. Ends up being a 1-man. This card is like, sideboard card. Okiba Gang. Okiba Reckoner Raid is what the card is. I have a few creatures that transform. Alms is really good in Pauper. Lightning Helix legal in Pauper? I'll bring in the Crow if I bring in green cards. Ember Wolf is fine. It's not great. It's fine. But like, ooh, but Blood Mad Vampire Table. Awesome. 26. 1, 2, 3, 4. Honorary 5. Hey, Fusen, how's it going? How you doing? All right, so this was just a test. I just got to get warmed up, you know. Try not to let my brain slow me down. I'll be right back. I have a hangnail and it's driving me crazy. And I'm gonna get some more coffee. All right, so this is our worst case scenario vampires deck, and we managed to force enough vampires that we ended up with a pick 8 Stromkirk Condemned. All right, so we'll do our arena open in just a moment. I'll be right back. Hey, sorry about that. I had to, I spilled some coffee. All right, let's get right into this. Oh, sorry, fought fools. Um, Apologies. All right, everybody ready? We're gonna start the draft right now. Any questions before I go? All right, fought fools. Apologies. You can see it now. Here we go. Thank you. I still, I spent so much time trying to decide if I wanted to force something or just stay open. This is a cute one. Hey, Ricey. We're playing in a big tournament today. Here we go. Day 2 draft. Pack one, big one. Most important decision of the tournament. Oh, also, since this is a paid event, no advice, please, from anybody. All right. On power is purely a Dustwatch recruiter. Nothing is close. What do we want to get back? Gnarlwood Dryad, travel preparations. Jellic Purge. It looks like I'll get a white card back out of this pack. Possibly a black one. Blue ones that I don't want. But like I could be green black splashing white for Angelic Purge. And I could be Geist and Reaper are probably gonna get snapped up. Travel preparations I'd love to see. Good advice, duo. This card is it's on par with the rare. It's very strong. I don't know who Nuke Duck is. Zombies is bad. Zombies was good. So Fought Foods, the weirdest thing about this set. Okay, this is a bomb. So lots of blue cards in this pack. Emerge. So it's somewhere between. It's combined. There's a lot of blue cards in this pack. So I'll get a blue card back. Hurts a little past Rise from the Tides. But I don't mind being green blue monsters. That's a good deck. So the emerge cards are pretty weak overall, but the rare ones are good because you still have Outer Deep Fiend and Distended Mindbender. You don't have like Wretched Griff is really the only playable emerge card. You don't have the one that makes tokens, for instance. So at competitive events, it makes sense to pass me this because what the person on my right is saying is, hey, you should be blue. And once they are securing that knowledge, then they can pass blue cards aggressively and get what they need. So they also might be forcing black-red vampires or green-white humans. They're two of the best decks. Nebelgas Herald is still fantastic. And green-blue, might be able to play green-blue Flash. So it's Eldritch Moon plus Shadows over Innistrad. I just want the Herald here. It's Eldritch Moon plus Shadows over Innistrad. And there are some cards missing, and cards have changed rarities, but there's a bonus sheet. That is a prized amalgam. I could take Wretched Griff and go for the Exaltant Scabs. I could take Apothecary Geist and pivot into Spirits. Or I could just take Ingenious Scab as the strongest card. So like Blue-Black Zombies doesn't work. Black-Red Vampires is really strong, but that's mostly the home for black right now. Hey, puppy. We're going to take the Scab. Because it's the last blue card in this pack. Wretched Griff is a blue card, but it's not something people really consider. And I want to table this. I want everyone on my left to say, hey, I don't want to be in blue. But Ingenious Scab is a really fantastic way to hold the ground if I end up Spirits, and it's a strong card if I end up in Merge as well. Here we have Cryptolith Fragment, Briarbridge Patrol. It's a Guardian Priest and Drogskol Shieldmate. Might be time to move into Spirits in earnest. Fragment's fine. It might be too early for the Drogskol Shieldmate. All tribes except zombies are good, and zombies is not really playable. Don't like taking the Shieldmate so early, but it does tell even someone who's white that they should be moving into humans over spirits. All right, let's do it. Need 2-drop spirits. It's a late enough Ravenous Bloodseeker that I'm considering it. Truth Day Sense is just a great card in general. And Borrowed Grace is a kind of an all-star in the Spirits deck, especially in the Flash Spirits deck. So Wolves got a nerf just now. I'm going to take the Johnyard Explorers. I'm committed to blue, and Johnyard Explorers is the kind of card you want to feed to an Elder D Fiend. Yes, so some cards got downshifted. The Vessels got upshifted. Delirium is dependent on spider spawning. So there's a bonus. You know how they'll do like in Strixhaven, they have the Mystical Archives. In this set, they have a bonus sheet that rotates. All right, pick 7. I can do Exultant Cultists, Rally the Peasants, or Gnarlwood Dryad. So if I want to be green, I want to be Gnarlwood Dryad. And if I want to be white, I want the Angelic Purge. I'm going to take the Dryad and lean green-blue. Hoping to get that Wretched Griff back. Could also be full Bant. Angelic Purge is a good card. We'll take the Dryad. I want to be open. I want to take what's available. But a pick 8, there's a lot of red cards, but these are all bad red cards. But this Foreboding Ruins is relevant. I'm going to take the Essence Flux. It's great when you have big creatures that need to blink, ETB abilities, and cards like Nebelgas Herald. Yeah, every week the cards rotate. All right, Apothecary Geist is here, so it's Confront the Unknown. I really want that pick 10 Geist. Apothecary Geist I can pick up later. But there's going to be a lot of blue cards in the next pack, and then Wretched Griff after that. There's the Essence Flux. Guide to the Archives is also surprisingly good here. Could also full pivot to Vampires now, but I think it's too late. I love this seat. Yeah, so this week it's flashback cards. So you have Travel Preparations from Innistrad, Spider Spawning from Innistrad, Feelings of Dread, Bump in the Night. But like Spirits got a big... Spirits is way better because of Feelings of Dread. But Green-Blue Clues is kind of an awkward place to be. Like, I'm not too happy with the start, but we're functional. And I have good cards to play early. I need, like, Grapple with the Past. Briarbridge Patrol versus Drownyard Explorers. We're going to go with the Explorers. Thornhide Wolf is also solid. I need a way to win right now. I need a Fleeting Memories. All right, that's a late Apothecary, guys. Looks like Black-Red Vampires is the open deck. Is it too late to just pivot? But there's no Madness spells. Like, we have all the discard outlets, but none of the Madness spells. So right now, less so, because they have Rabid Bite. Like, you need to be able to block. Cards like Gnarlwood Dryad help a lot. I'll take the Morn Willow, because black seems pretty open, and I might end up... I'm not going to go Sultai unless I see a Spider spawning. But then I will very happily go Sultai. So I have not picked my third color yet. And blue-green does want to splash something. We just don't, it changes what what you're splashing changes a lot. So Explosive Apparatus isn't a great card unless I need it for Delirium. We didn't really get anything in that pack. Like, Auto Deep Fiend was our only... Alright, here's a gift. Yes. Oh, but... these are both bombs. This is the bonus card this pack, Spider Spawning. I don't really have any self-mill. I need to just be efficient, and I need top-end finishers, and that's Dose into Perfection. I already have the 2 Essence Flux to keep it alive. We're going to be a Dose into Perfection deck. Which is good, because we're still open. Like, blue is the only color we're committed to right now. Aw, thanks. So, Foos, how'd you get here? It's really nice to meet you. Wow, somebody on my left is not in Vampires. The gifts vampires are getting this draft are crazy. All right, we are going to be green-blue. Take the Skinner. It might be white and it might be black. Ah, that's totally valid. I have a different draft strategy then. So most people tend to commit early and hope. I try to stay open, and that honestly it's not a good place to be in day 2 because going 5 or 6-2 is so bad. Spell Queller is good. All right, looks like we're splashing white still. So as long as I can block people well. So the thing in this set is counter spells are bad. Like the cards that counter spells are bad in this set, other than Spell Queller. All right, so I'm looking to splash that and just be banned. So what I need to pick now are Fixing. This wing's pretty good here. Doublethorn Fox holds the ground pretty well. It can be. It depends on how good you are at staying open. Staying open is not an easy skill. I think I want my 3s to be spirits wherever I can. This wing's solid. Like 5 mana 3/4 flyers are just almost good enough. But I might cut the Skinner and the Dryad here. So I'm going to take the Devilthorn Fox. Slayer doesn't have anything to hit. Imprison the Moon is pretty bad. So Imprison the Moon, I'm not sure yet. I'm looking for something to push me in one of those directions. Feelings of Dread, Sage of Ancient Lore. Sage of Ancient Lore is solid without being, like, great. Like, this card is not quite a rare power level. If you manage to flip it, it's really good. I think I just want Feelings of Dread, and I want to go full tempo without worrying about actually killing anything. So, like, right now, I need to go with the 2-drop. So I have to be green. But, like, the only card... Like, I'll splash Duskwatch Recruiter. Which means that my green is pretty weak. I'll splash Duskwatch Recruiter with just a few green sources. The card's fantastic. It's best on turn 2, but it's still good on turn 10. So, like, passive... Ooh. I can... If I take Fleeting Memories, I can full sideboard into Clue Control. The question is, can I table Fleeting Memories? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are my other options. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no way I get a last pick Fleeting Memories. But I need Tattered Haunter still. I need 2 drops that attack. There's no Evolving Wilds. There are dual lands. So I need specific dual lands. I need the green-blue dual or the green-white dual. Holy crap! I should have gone Black-Red Madness. Like, these are all first pickable Black-Red Madness, or Black-Red Madness cards. I'm gonna take Rally the Peasants and be a little sad that I didn't go with my gut and force vampires today. We're gonna go with the Spirit. Second Essence Flux, or third Essence Flux is tempting, but I already have 2. I'll play exactly 1 Imprisoned in the Moon. I'm not happy to play it, but you do need removal. And I'll side it in sometimes. I need 2s right now. Oh my god! Is it too late? It's too late. If I read the signal earlier, I would have won the open. But still, I can still win this open. I've got my bombs. I'm doing things. Puncturing Light over Confront the Unknown. The Spirits is a deck all about racing. None. Wow, everybody at this table is like, why aren't I in Black-Red Vampires? Why? Why? I really don't want to play Field Creeper. Cutting White. We do still have a whole pack. I think you're right. Alright, Fleeting Memories, 1 time. No, but that's okay. We knew that wasn't going to happen. Alright, so we don't really have anything for our deck here. Descended Mindbinder is a straight bomb. But we're not black for it. I think it's time to just be the Spirits deck. Try and table this Jace's Scrutiny. Daring Sleuth, Erdwall Illuminator. Compelling Deterrence. Compelling Deterrence is really good. But right now, what I need is 2 drops. This Spider Spawning is really tempting. It's just not the deck we're in. Alright, committing. We should have committed sooner. I think I might need this Angelic Purge more than the Erdwall Illuminator. But I need 2 mana flyers right now. We'll take the Purge. Auric is almost worth a splash. Doppelgeist is also really good. It's just a matter of, can we turn on Delirium? We might table the Doppelgeist, though. Someone's going to be really happy to get Ulrich. Someone's going to be happy to get Moonlight Hunt. Someone's going to be happy to get Rabbit Bite. This is just a Wolves pack. But we need Tattered Haunter right now. Oh, hey. There's that dual land. I might even run green in the main deck. But I want access to it. Spirit of the Hunt is a really good green card. I'm going to take the Griff. I actually have things to eat with it. I do writing and such. It pays to know these cards. All right, so now there are no blue cards in the pack. We're gonna take this Guardian Priest. It's a fine 2-drop. Like Obsessive Skinner got downgraded to a common from an uncommon. All right, so this isn't a disaster. It's not strong. Not strong, but it's functional. I splash green. I actually want this Exaltant Cultist now. Feelings of Dread. I can get there with Type Play. That's exactly it. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Alright, now that I have Wretched Griff and Auto Deep Fiend, Backyard Explorers are fine. Cultist is probably just my weakest 3-drop. 25. Need both Essence Flux. I might play a third too. Playing 1 Imprisoned in the Moon. I really don't like playing Imprisoned in the Moon. If I get a red source, I'll play this Rally the Peasants. Yes. We play 4 opponents, best of 3. Wow. This is, I first pick Alchemist Greeting all the time. I want to main deck the Stormrider Spirit, but I'll side it. Deadweight is great. The problem with black in this format is like black doesn't mesh well. So like the black zombies cards, they don't go with anything. All right, so Imprisoned in the Moon, still a weak card. Friend the Unknown, still a great card if I'm green, which I'm just not. I'll take Imprisoned in the Moon and sideboard it if they've got bombs. I don't like Imprisoned in the Moon. I think game 1, I probably don't even want it in the main deck. I just want to max out on spirits. We're playing Rally of the Peasants as a bad Collected Blessing. Yeah, Deadweight is great because it enables Delirium. It's cheap. All right, so here's that first pack back. Compelling Deterrence. I don't think I have any. I have 1 Ingenious Scab or Daring Sleuth. Do I have anything that... So Daring Sleuth is good if you have Thraben Inspectors, which is the best common. I'm going to take the Deterrence. Fiendbinder is fine. I don't really want any of these, though. Yeah. I mean, like, you can't play Magic at this level without handling pressure well, so don't worry about that. I really want Soul Separator to be good. I splash a Certain Death. Certain Death is a great card to splash because you can't play it until late anyway. I didn't table the Topplegeist, but that's fine. Alright, so not a disaster, but a good deck. This can do it. Feeling the Dread is great because it's 2 triggers for Dose into Perfection. Which this card is a bomb and this card is a bomb. I'm going to be ignoring their cards a lot of the time. Just all together. I don't really have like the spirit synergies. I've got Nebelgas Herald. Looks like we're cutting 1 Drownyard Explorers. I need to have a better... Game 1 is I'm going to be favored against most decks. Games 2 and 3 are going to be a lot tougher. Alright, I was not the only spirits player at this table. Let's go. I love Rally the Peasants. But I do want to have the ability to flash it back. Like, this is not a good use of Rally the Peasants. This is a desperation use of Rally the Peasants. I play it with a... Like, I want a Terrarian to go with it. The inability to flash back Rally the Peasants in this deck is a major blow. So it is an uncommon, but that doesn't matter so much because it's in that flashback slot. This is from the Spider-Man soundtrack. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Love this song. Alright, we have a 2-drop. We have a 3-drop. We have a Wretched Griff if they... So there's enough Bound in Moonsilvers floating around that I'm usually okay running it. This is a Lava Axe most of the time. Sacrifice a creature to Lava Axe. Okay, so this might be the deck we just passed cards to. Playing this so I can tap here because we're expecting a Fiery Temper or Alchemist Greeting. I'm okay trading this card with whatever spell they have. I can't just take the damage for free. Okay, I'll take a 2-for-1 for sure. I really need a 3rd land. Yes, Madness still costs mana. This is a great block, or great play this turn. Right. Every Madness card still costs mana. There's no root walls or anything. The Madness cards to fear, there's lots of creatures, but Alchemist, Greeting, and Fiery Temper are the main scary cards. Shieldmate to block the Creeper here feels really strong. Even if they have a removal spell or a burn spell, it's okay. And they're going to win the long game, which is weird from the Black-Red deck because they have Graph Harvest. But, like, the time they take, if they're taking their turn making a 4-mana 2/2, I'm very happy. That explains why they're so willing to play cards out. Ideally, you want to be discarding a Madness card here. I might just emerge here. Although probably not this turn. Sure. I'm happy just playing as the control deck now, if you're going to spend your cards like that. I think you're right. So Field Keeper is weirdly relevant if you're a Delirium deck. Don't okay, he just wants to make a zombie and double block. Which I don't want to trade this here because I need to draw a card this turn. So, just the Haunter. Alright, I need to draw this card and the Shieldmate doesn't do anything against this board. Alright, so 5 damage a turn over 3 turns is lethal. So they need a pretty strong removal spell, and I can out a Deep Fiend off the Wretched Grift for blue. No, I don't. That I'll purge. Never mind. We're just gonna put down. We're gonna attack for 5. Put down a Genius Scab. Tap. So Spirits, you aren't so worried. You want to try... The important part of playing Spirits is identifying which cards you can ignore. But Feelings of Dread lets me ignore these 2 creatures for 2 turns, which should be lethal. So the format is not slow is not the right word. It is a pretty slow format. But you have to make it slow. So like you'll have to contend with Spirits, which is a deck that actively wants to race. Or red-green, so red-green Wolves is less of a thing. Wolves matter, but it's less about controlling which permanents are played when. All right, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know if I want to show them this Rally of the Peasants yet. No, it's worth it. 5, 6, 7. Let's see what you got. Blood Mad Vampire. Alright. So, full control. Resolve. Please don't tell me that. I'm confident in this line. Tap. Auto pay. So I can kill them with Rally the Peasants. So, like, Rally the Peasants guaranteed lethal, whatever they played. Unless this card was a good removal spell. But you want to show them as little as possible. Like, my opponent might not be that experienced at this format. So, 7, 8, 9. But this is better when it's a surprise. Like, if I had to play this game, I'd probably side it out. Because it's more valuable to me as another body, which has my opponent blocking badly because they're doing Rally of the Peasants math the whole game. The thing is Explosive Apparatus. Explosive Apparatus is solid here. They blocked aggressively because they thought they were going to have time to make zombies, and they were wrong. That's my assumption. They might have just been bad, but you should never just assume your opponent is bad. I'm already pretty pre-boarded for this matchup. Like, Confront the Unknown is what I would bring in against red-based control decks, like blue-red spells. And if I do that, I'm bringing in Duskwatch Recruiter, which means I need to bring in enough green sources, so I have to bring in the whole green splash for that. That's my main sideboard plan. Imprisoned in the Moon, they showed me a big enough permanent that I think I care about imprisoning it. Compelling Deterrence is just Disperse for me. I don't ever get the zombie trigger. I can keep this. Fogwalker is such a weird card. So like Spirits, you want a 2-dropper. On the play, you want a 2-drop that can attack. On the draw, you want a 2-drop that can block. So we want to go Plains, Apothec, or Fogwalker, even if they don't give me something to tap. Unless they play something like Strongkirk Condemned, something that I have to kill. Great. Turn 4 Docent, turn 4 Geist, turn 5 Docent. So Geist is fairly strong in this set because you're always racing. This is a racing deck. It's only good when you're spirits, but like if you're against the Spirit Mirror or vampires, that 3 life is very important, and a 2/3 flyer with flying is almost good enough without that. I like Skulk. I'd always thought Skulk was a cool mechanic. It's just counterintuitive. Skulk was sort of an attempt. Wizards was trying to come up with a keyword that blue and black creatures could share. Skulk fits the flavor well. Ooh, fantastic draw. I'm going to attack because they can't block, and I'm going to Nebelgas Herald to tap it down anyway. And then I can block the turn after that if I want to. But you don't want the first hit from the Blood Mad Vampire. This card's a bomb. This is as strong as a Duskwatch Recruiter. And we curve it out. Now I'll block. If they want to spend a punt spell here, they can. So there's no tricks. There's no instant speed tricks that grant trample. There's sorcery speed ways to do it. There's Rush of Adrenaline, but like, I'm okay if you're playing Rush of Adrenaline. I'm not going to play around Rush of Adrenaline here. Because I'm racing that successfully because of Puncturing Light, even if they get a counter here. Rush of Adrenaline would be great if it gave +2/+2 in trample, but it gives +2/+1 in trample. I'm hoping if they have a big removal spell, they spend it on the Herald here. Yes! So Arms of the Vein was a good idea. Arms of the Vein is good against spirits because you're racing inherently. Your card advantage doesn't matter so much as your life total. But they, luckily for me, fired off a Lightning Axe here instead of saving it for my Docent, which this card is a bomb. A 5-mana 5/4 flyer, that's good enough. Casting an instant or sorcery spell to make a wizard or 3 instant and sorcery spells to win the game is way better. Oops. Alright. So, really quick, hang on. Sorry, I'm getting a screenshot of my hand because at a certain point it's worth playing around people stream sniping you. And if I show them a hand of Angelic Courage Puncturing Light Plains, they might not attack. It's a strategy that only works when your opponent is actively trying to cheat. Alright, so right now we're winning this race. We're ignoring what they're doing. Holding up Puncturing Light and Angelic Purge. And we do get something out of having 7 lands. The only reason a Puncturing Light here would be to make a wizard. That's not worth it to me because they'll turn that into a zombie. A second zombie. They have 1. I'm most interested in killing the new zombie. 7. I'm just not worried about what they're doing. I'll show you. So, 2. Desktop. Yeah. So if I'm in OBS and I do this, where'd you go? What did I call you? Here we go. Ooh, there's an incada here. They're not quite. So I only do this. I have exactly one game from it. I had land, and I screenshotted a Tamiyo's safekeeping hand for the Neon Dynasty Open, and somebody played around Tamiyo's safekeeping by shooting a less strong creature, one that was less devastating to lose to. So it's pretty rare, but the one time it matters, it matters. I mean, so the thing is, I don't even turn it on unless I suspect them of stream sniping. And then you have to time it on their turn. Sorry. Ooh, I want an incada. I don't have Pokeballs anymore. Hang on. I can't keep a hand without a play. I can't keep a hand without a play. This has a play. Not a good play, but a play. John Yard Explorers does let me recover my card of a disadvantage. So, mulliganing twice doesn't feel great. Damn. Too slow. Alright, so we're going to have to grind a bit to come back here. I didn't get the 2-drop. I'll avoid showing them anything if I can. But if they start on something like a bomb here and I don't draw out of it... But like, I'm playing the plains instead of the island here because I'm not representing anything. I don't want them to know my second color if I can help it. And if I play out the Shield Mate to block, great. I can get card advantage that way. Because essentially I have to recover the 2 cards I just spent. Shield Mate and Drown Yard Explorers. And if this is a green-white humans deck, then I can win this. I can recover it. But if this is a green-black Delirium deck, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. So we're playing this like a real game. I'm playing the plains and the Shield Mate and blocking. It hurt me. I don't feel good about it. I want my Outer Deep Fiend. Those are my win cons. I bottomed both of my win conditions. I need to find a different way to win now. They're green-white humans, which is good for me. I don't want them to know I have the Shield Mate if I can help it. Because the only way to... The reason Thraben Inspector is so good in this format is that the equipment are pretty good. We get True Faith Sensor at common instead of uncommon. Provisioners are really good. I might Feelings of Dread here. Oh, I need to get this down. See, this would be a great hand to have 7 cards on. Because if I had 2 flyers out, I would be able to Feelings of Dread and just punch through the rest of the game. But as of right now, I'm going to have the Feelings of Dread at key moments. I need to crack the clue. So normally I'd want to Angelic Purge, maybe stacking a clue or a land. I can't do either of those things right now. Yes. Uh-oh. They didn't flash back the travel preparations, so we're not going to block. I want them to flash back the travel preparations before I have feelings of dread. Rabid Bite? Alright, Docent gives me an in. Let's dig for a land. Now we just need a second blue source. If we can get a Docent down and start using the Feelings of Dread, we're in great shape, but I'm pretty sure they have a Rabid Bite. And I'm scared. Alright. Travel Preparations, Wolfkin Bond, Hamlet Captain. They're pure aggro, which means Feelings of Dread as a means to race is good. Green-White has a better late game than I do because they have more clues. Figuring out the type of player you're against is interesting. I don't recognize no. My hope is that they just flash back the travel preparations here and I get to tap. We're going to take a big hit next turn. Block 3. Take 4, 5, 6, 7. Going to 5, using Feelings of Dread and Docent to take the rest of the game. And if they have a removal spell for Docent, I'll lose. That's fine. I can probably bluff through some damage here. All I needed here was an island. All right. No attacks. I can still do it if I draw an island next turn. But double block takes 7, go to 5. Bounce in response to a pump spell on either of these. We're going to take the 5? We're just going to bounce it. Three, 4, 5. I need to, because I need to turn off to play the Docent. Thing about the Docent is it's still great, even if they really good. Alright, island one time, right now. It has to be this turn. Island. Okay. Never an island when you need it. At this point, I don't know if I can show them the Docent. Compelling Deterrence is coming out against the humans. They're just too good at redeploying, and they have too many targets that I don't want to hit. Should I be down in a plains for an island at this? The big ones. They have a Skinner too. I pick up an Epitaph Golem? I can't remember. Nope, that was my very last turn. And I don't want to show them anything else. So let's go to the next game. I just don't want them to know about the second Feeling of Dread there. So we're going to take out Compelling Deterrence. Groundyard Explorers is good in this matchup. Yeah, I like that. So yes, I could have double blocked. I decided not to double block because they could have played and flashed back the travel preparations on that turn. And since they didn't flash back the travel preparations, I assumed it was an aim high or a pump spell. I think I'm just all in here. I'm thinking I want to try and get this Elder Deep Fiend as a good blocker. And I have the turn 2 play. Yeah, but I don't think they had it. I think it was a grapple with the past. So it was a misplay. I misread their hand. All right, I'm going to draw non-land cards for this game. I'm drawing 0 more islands, just like last game. This is not my day, huh? All right. We have a turn 5 docent. That's lethal in 3 turns. Ooh, a puncturing light. That's a good idea. They don't have green. All right, let's hope they don't have a purge either. I'd really like to untap with this because then I can hold up Deep Fiend and Ingenious Scab. Damn. I gotta stop willing cards into their hand. I didn't show a single purge last game. Clang, clang, clang. Alright, we'll attack. Hopefully they double block, but I don't expect them to. Alright, 5, 6, 7. That's 4, 7. Okay. So the thing about the emerges is emerge is bad. So you can play it pretty safely. Yes, the rare emerges when you pacifism, if they bound by Moonsilver or something and I out a Deep Fiend, that's backbreaking. But it's pretty rare. Alright, so 3. So if I play the Outer Deep Fiend, I'd have to sacrifice Down-Yard Explorers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is what I have on board right now. Thanks, Hatter. Seven. So I can do it for 3. And I'm just going to shoot this. I don't want them to have the flying blocker. If they pump here, that's fine. I'm just going to take the hit. And I'll Outer Deep Fiend next turn and go for lethal. That's fine. 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. We're taking 8. Six, 7, 8. I can just cast it. Upkeep. 4. Alright, if I let them attack, I'll take 2, 5, and block. Alright, I hope it's an intrepid provisioner. One, two, three, four. Okay, I should have tapped 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the blocker. This way they don't have blockers. So if they don't have a blocker in hand, we'll get them here. Yes. Alright, so what I need to do is draw Feelings of Dread. That'll do. Alright, attack for 10. Sometimes I can top deck. Game 3, on the draw. Being on the draw against this deck is scary. Oh, come on, just one vice. Us. I should have taken out the Guardian Priest before. Today is the day for my top deck, Quebec. Today, I'm top deck. I'm top decking. I got this. No. Magic, I mean, we're hoping. But Magic is a game about assuming you're going to win right up until... for as long as possible. We're keeping this because I got Spell Queller, Essence Flux. And I have to hope that their 4-drop is worth countering. But they haven't shown me anything more than 4 yet. Alright, we've got Spell Queller. We've got Docent. If I can get to Docent, please do, Quebec. Spell Quelled. I really want to draw a card. We're on the Spell Queller for a while. I can, and it will, and I can recounter it. Or just taking the tempo here and drawing a land. I don't think they have the Angelic Purge because they would have purged the Queller. If I get to untap here, I'm in fantastic shape. They're trying to decide between Purge and the Paladin. It looks like they're going to play the Paladin. Yes. All right. Fast turn. Pure tempo. Having 2 Essence Flux with 2 rares. Draw. Anything really scary, I can Flux to counter. Avacyn is the main issue. But Gazelle is manageable. Resolve that. If I could guarantee, if I had a 6th land in hand, I would have waited on the Docent. Because I had Feelings of Dread to keep me alive. Like, if I was 100% going to draw the 6th land, I would have waited. All right, I need one more win to move on to the next draft. Anything I want to change? No, I like compelling deterrence until I know what I'm up against. I was going to flip Docent on their end step if they had tapped out. So I actually misplayed there. So what I should have done is waited until they flashed back to travel preparations and then Feelings of Dread. Or at least got to combat. I should have waited until I should have waited a little bit longer to Feelings of Dread, because if they tapped out for the travel preparations, I was guaranteed to flip the Docent and have lethal. So that was a minor error. Aw, thanks, fools. I appreciate that. I'm invested in this run emotionally, too. All right, we're keeping this, even though we don't have a plan until turn 3. One thing I like about this format compared to 1 is you can recover without a turn 3 play. All right, best comment in the format. I didn't realize the extent to which they were grimacing in this. We have a 2-drop. The reason Thraven Inspector is so good in this format is not because it's a 1-mana 1/2 that cantrips, it's because it's a 1-mana 1/2 that cantrips and is a human to wield. It wields so many things. It wields travel preparations. All right, let's assume that this is a Confront the Unknown. We're going to take 3. Then I can block and Spell Queller. All right, great. No attacks. Blocking, taking 4. Yeah, I'm fine with this trade. They are fine with the trade too, because it gives them a spirit. Kind of surprised they didn't have the Confront the Unknown. I'm quelling 0 spells here. They played around my Spell Queller, which was very impressive. But I'm going to play out the Geist and then play the rest of this game with mana up. Heck yeah, Taxu! Taxu, that was fast. Taxu was like the 2nd day of the format. You can keep climbing. This is really good against me. No blocks. We're going to deter this and attack. I need to push 4 damage a turn for the rest of the game. I might just quell this. I can quell with Essence Flux. I don't think they have any instant speed interaction. Not right now, anyway. But News Constrictor is so good against me. Alright, 5. I can Outer Deep Fiend for 3. Two turns. Hey, ears, we're 2-0 right now. In 2 really good games. Feelings of Dread. Feelings of Dread. Math OP. No! Damn it. I can't believe it. I can't believe they top decked the Faith Unbroken. We know they didn't have it last turn because they would have played it instead of the Veteran Cathar. All right. We're going to attack an Elder Deep Fiend to block here. And they can give it double strike, but we'll get our spell color back. No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. And they can double strike. I can attack them down to 7. This is going to be close either way. I can Puncturing Light and Feelings of Dread. So Feelings of Dread, tap, tap, Puncturing Light. Taking 7 here. 6 if they're good. All right, if I play this out, I'm taking 4 here. If I draw a land, I could have Feelings of Dreaded here. Need them to block. I really needed them to take that, but I think we can still do it. I need to draw a land on my turn. I need to Elder Deep Fiend and rally the peasants here. And hope they don't have another creature, or that I draw a land so I can flashback Feelings of Dread and rally the peasants for 7. No creatures. To the cards. Yeah! Tap, tap. Rally the peasants. Attack for 7. Bam! We got game 1. So scary. So many green white humans today. All right. Don't have a really good answer to that. Faith Unbroken. Not quite yet. It is a good day. Thanks, Lion. Thanks, Ears. Thanks, Quebec. I don't think I changed anything. Johnyard Explorers is just not a fantastic blocker here. Do I have anything I can bring in the Storm Rider Spirit for? So Guardian Priest for Storm Rider Spirit is good on the draw. I might swap it later. Oh, thank you. I did clip it. Thanks, Lion. Ooh, we gotta throw it back. Yeah, we can keep this. Good thing is, I like this kind of deck because like it's not the pool on this one. All right, that is the best card against me. It does change. I'm playing out the Devilthorn Fox instead of the Tattered Haunter this turn. I am going to try and run them out of cards this game. Tattered Haunter, Apothecary Geist, and then I get to start attacking, and I have to run them out of cards. So the way this game is going to play out is I'm going to attack into the Noose Constrictor, let them discard a card, bounce it, over and over and over again. Yeah. You can discard 2 cards, or let it die? Oh, wow. That's a problem. That's a solution. We're gonna let this flip probably, and then bounce it. I want to get my creatures down before I deal with theirs. That's what tempo's all about. No blocks. Next turn I'll block and bounce it if they play a spell. One more turn of bodies. I should have attacked here. This is a mistake. Not attacking means I should have held these up. So if I lose when they're at 2 life, this is the mistake we made. All right, it's playing next year's. I'm just going to accept that if they have a pump spell, my Drownyard Explorers dies. Alright, so it's only 2 mana for me to turn this Drownyard Explorers into a Wretched Griff. Great draw. Four puts you to 13. I need the land right now. Or even something like Essence Scatter or Essence Flux would be really great. All right, taking 3 for 5, 9. So 6, 10 puts me to 2. And we tap things for the rest of the game. If it's a pump spell, I have Compelling Deterrence and Puncturing Light to live. But I'm hoping they just try and pump here. And that way they don't gain any life. That's what we needed to draw. Swing 7. Pass turn. Here, we got the top decks today. Yeah, all right. We are locked for the second draft. And we're playing our last round right now. All right, so this is open draft day 2. between noon and 2. So I'm going to do it as close to noon as possible. Yeah, the last win helps because it's double. The second draft is double. The whole event is double elimination. 2 losses and you're out. I should have fed my dog. I'll feed you after this, puppy. Can I keep this without an island? I can. I'll draw an island. Alright, looks like we're up against Delirium. A good draw if I draw an island right now. Like, this is a risky keep. All I need is 1 island right now. Off the top. Here it comes. Aw, thanks, fools. Ooze, I'm sorry. I keep getting your name wrong. Well, looks like I'm discarding, and this is a bad keep after all. Oof. So hopefully they'll think that I'm red-white aggro now. We had a risky keep. It's not paying off. It's okay. We'll draw the island this turn. We're going to learn as much as we can without giving up any information. Alright, so they have a Forbidden Alchemy and a Terrarian. Alright, blue-black control. They have a Spontaneous Mutation and a Forbidden Alchemy and an Ingenious Scab. Grixis control. This is a good matchup in general. Especially if I can avoid showing them anything else. 2 hours. I'll be doing my second draft in 2 hours. Alright, Grixis Madness. Pretty good. As much as I want to not play this to block, only half their card. Pretty good. The more pressure there is, the better I tend to perform. It focuses me. The first, I mean, most people will tell you that when I do these competitive events, the first games tend to be the hardest, and I do better as the day goes on. All right, Silent Departure is worth noting. That's okay. I just want the Spirit to gain the 3 off this Geist. I haven't given up on this game. Island. Now the question is Geist versus Nebelgas Herald. It's gonna be the Nebelgas Herald because then I can Fogwalker and Puncturing Light. I like this card. It's so cool. It turns into a Voracious Reader. So for those of you who aren't around for Shadows over Innistrad and maybe are not the literary types, there's a famous H.P. Lovecraft story called Shadows over Innsmouth. So when they announced Shadows over Innistrad, I went and posted everywhere, hey, this is going to be a set about normal things and people becoming monstrified, because that's what Shadows over Innsmouth is about. Not a fan of this song. We can still win this. They need to have a lot of nothing. Lots of silent departures here. Thanks, ears. You too. Well, we'll attack for 2 first. And get the Geist down and take 3. Or the Spell Queller and then Feelings of Dread. We're gonna get the Geist down. I'm not able to use my mana very efficiently this game. And then it turns off these blockers if they have a burn spell. That's bad. But even just these silent departures are pretty bad for me. We're in trouble. We haven't lost. Like, we're racing and we're starting from... They're already halfway up the court. They're down to 12 cards. Full flashback deck. If this is a Rise from the Tides, I want to know about it. I want to see the Rise from the Tides. While they still think my deck is bad. Like, bouncing the Apothecary guys hurts. Certain death hurts a lot more. Chump takes 6, go to 7. We don't have any creatures that they want to counter. Feelings of Dread buys me 2 turns, and I can hold out the Spell Queller for anything but Rise and Tide. So this is a bad matchup. This can be a bad matchup. It's not here, because we haven't seen the cards that really just defeat us. They're buying time. Hello. That's a problem. Let's exile that. Now we're getting islands. Wow! I could have also counted my own Angelic Urge, just for future reference. So they get to bounce this and replay it, which is bad for me. Alright, Grixis Madness tokens with all the flashback spells, all the value. They need to go full speed. Alright, they got me here. Game 2. This is where we bring in green. I don't like giving them Imprison the Moon, but I don't think I have much of a choice. Alright, what do we take after the green cards? Shield Maid's a good blocker. Doesn't quite do enough. Maybe we don't bring in green. They didn't show me any burn. So we bring in green because Confront the Unknown is good. Yeah, I just bring in the Explorer because it's a good blocker against what they've got. Clockwalker doesn't do quite enough here. Alright, I like this. Yan Mega? That's a weird thing to see. That big one. Oh wait, I just typed a shout out. Okay. Alright. We can keep this. If they have a 2-mana removal spell, we're in trouble. But this is a rough matchup. If I'm right about the rest of the spells in the deck. I just don't have an answer for Rise from the Tides other than to go fast. And they're good at stopping me from doing that. Nice. You can buy Master Balls? Can you buy Master Balls if you have to find them? This used to be a rare. Oh, it's a common. I think this is the biggest downshift in a while. So they're digging for a land. They didn't play the land, and that's the reason to do this main phase right now. Spontaneous mutation in like 2 lands, which means they grabbed their red source. I'm surprised they Faithless Looting without the ability to play a Madness spell. We know they run Geese's Biddings. They must have flashback spells to discard. So we can deduce a lot about their hand. Like, they don't have a Geese's Bidding, or they have the second Faithless Looting. It's one of those two things. Because if they have a Geese's Bidding, then they're going to try and play it in response after I attack with the Shield Mage. So what I need to do is hold up Feelings of Dread next turn if they have the Mad Prophet. Oof. What I need to do is drop 4th land. Or have them not do anything for 7 turns. I think I need to imprison that in the moon, and I probably should have done that on my turn. I was holding up Essence Flex. I really don't want them to draw this card. To attack here they can. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Return clock. Something's getting bounced, but it takes their whole turn to bounce it. They have limited threats. And I have 5, 9 if they just play Something that they don't want to block with? Well, let's attack. If they block, then I'll rally, and if they don't block, then I'll rally. Oh, hey Trace, how you doing? We're just trying to punch through with these apothecary geists. But if they tap out for a Rise from the Tides, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We get to put them to 3. Just digging for that 4th land so we can get the flyers in. Four, 7, 8, 9 cards deep, and only 3 lands deep. No blocks. Taking 8 and hoping they don't have anything. Although, if I just let this attack, taking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can't really play around anything. Alright, so if I tap here and take 8, I die. 4, 5, 6, 7, flashing back to Forbidden Alchemy. I think I just have to play like they have nothing. If they counter this, I lose. And that's okay. Go to blocks. Taking 8-ish. Because they can flash back to Forbidden Alchemy and pump. So I'm taking 8. They pump, I die. If it's a Geese's bidding, I win. Alright, that's 8. If they had an Incendiary Flow, they'd do it pre-combat. At 4 life. By not tapping the Priest, I can tap whatever they play on end step. Oof. Dead weight. Dead weight was a good draw. Alright. Block. I'm taking 4 right now. And I don't gain any life. I really needed another land. Still needing lands. Alright. I can tap, tap, bounce. Take 2. Puts you to 2. If I tap out for the Geist. Can attack you down to 2. Feelings of Dread compelling deterrence. Pass turn. So flashback to Feelings of Dread, let them attack, and compelling deterrence. 4, 5, 6, 7. So my best case scenario is them just not attacking. They have the counter spell. All right, I'm at 2. Let's do it. Good game. All right, we played our heart out. Our draws were very unkind. Oh, heck yeah. That's awesome, Traith. What's the format? Is it Explorer this week? Building a sideboard is just good practice in general. All right, so we get to play this. We play our second draft to 1 loss. Claim prize. So I'll be back. I'm going to leave the stream up for a little bit. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm going to go figure out what I'm doing until I get back. I will be right back, and then I'll tell you. Be right back. Ah, that's cool, Traith. All right, everybody. I will be back in just over an hour to do the rest of this open. I'll be back before noon, but I want to start at noon sharp. So I'll probably be back in about an hour. I'm going to go have a nice big breakfast and rest my brain for a little bit. I will see everybody a little bit later. If you want some notifications besides just the Twitch notifications, feel free to hop into the Discord. It's a great place. We tend to talk about Magic, and I help people with their drafts and such. Sure thing. I'll be back in right around an hour. See you later. Oh, let's go ahead and raid somebody. I'm not going to just shut the stream down. Let's see who else is doing the open today. Oh, there are not a lot of people. I'm not following anybody doing the open today. Let's go see Princess Crystal. She's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna raid Princess Crystal. She's just playing Skyward Sword. She's chill, and I'll see all of you in 1 hour. This is a good event. This is a good start. All right, 1 hour, everybody. See you soon.